really planning on coming up here tonight, and I apologize for you having to listen to me right now, but I'm going to be, fairly quick. And it's a great honor for me to be up here and be with these guys, because the things that I want to share with you real quick is very definitely that it doesn't take looks, knowledge, or intelligence to be successful in this business, or Randy wouldn't be up here. I think we all know that. Success in this business is based on what you got in here. And, I was in education for 37 years as a head football coach and athletic director. And I'm going to share a quick story with you that I probably haven't told a lot of you. And I know I've talked a lot about Will, and I talk a lot about Sammy. I talk a lot about Scott, a lot of the kids that have gone through our program. Because that's what coaching was all about to me. It was about relationships. And it was about kids. And it wasn't about all the accolades and the trophies and the state championships and things like that. And I chose to get into this business after I retired because I felt like the vision of this company and the objectives and all those things like that would be about relationships, and it's about people. And I know we talk a lot about money, and we talk a lot about millionaires, and we talk a lot about all those things like that, but the most important thing is the relationships that you've got with the people. And we got great relationships in this business. People look at me a lot of times and say, golly, coach, I could do this business if I was a great coach and had won all those things, and people would listen to me, and people would listen to Presley with his background, and Randy and Donnie and Steve and all those things like that. And what I want to share with you real quick is that you don't want to listen to other people. You want to listen to yourself, and you want to listen to your heart. And you want to believe in yourself, because so many people don't believe in themselves. I'm going to tell you real quick about a little boy who grew up in Ardmore, Oklahoma. And this little boy, very quickly, was adopted out of an orphanage in Oklahoma City by an older couple. He grew up, he never knew his parents, never knew his brothers and sisters. He was told at a very young age that he was a slow learner, that he would never go to college. He always wanted to play football. When he was 12 years old, he was riding his bicycle up to the junior high on Friday to get his equipment. And he got his cleats and he hung them on the handlebars of that bicycle, and he's riding back down B Street Northwest on those old bricks that was built by the WPA and all that. And he got back up there Monday and went out for football practice, and this is what he'd been dreaming about, was finally to get to play football. He'd never played Little League. He'd never done any of that stuff. But when they started football practice, the first thing they did, they lined up, and they started running at you, and you had to tackle somebody. And as he lined up there in line, he looked up, and this boy came running at him, and he tried to tackle him, and this boy ran flat over him and stepped right in the middle of him. And the coach came running over there and bent down over him and said very simply, he said, Robert Ledbetter, why don't you just quit? You'll never amount to anything. This is true. And that little boy, for some reason, listened to somebody. And he got up off that ground and he cried all the way to that dressing room. And he took that equipment off. And he never put that equipment on again. He never went to a high school football game. He listened to what somebody told him. He never went to a prom. He never had a date. He was a slow learner. He had no friends. He was an isolate. He had nothing going for him because he accepted what people said. And the counselors told him that he was a slow learner. Between his junior and senior year, for some reason, he kind of got tired of all that. He went home every day after school, never played athletics, never was involved in anything at school, was just one of those kids. Between his junior and senior year, he kind of got tired of that. So he started playing catch, and he went out in the backyard and he started throwing to the garage with a tennis ball and things like that. And he started pitching, never played Little League baseball. But that young man got tired of people telling him that he would never amount to anything. And so he went out for an American Legion team up there in Oklahoma. And things kind of worked out pretty good for him with that because he could pitch. And consequently, he played American Legion ball that year. Didn't play high school baseball because he didn't have the grades, because he failed, because he was told that he was supposed to fail. And his senior year, after he was picked to play on the United States All-Star team in Mexico City in the Pan American game. He offered to go to Oklahoma State, but he couldn't get in because of grades. His grades were very, very bad because he was supposed to. He was a slow learner. But he worked and worked and got into southeastern Oklahoma. He had to go back, he had to go to school, he had to do a lot of extra things. But the bottom line in this whole story is this. He went out for football. And his sophomore year, he was elected captain. And then he played baseball. But he was told he couldn't do that. But he made up his mind, and like Randy talked about, it's about attitude, and it's about believing in yourself. And he made up his mind that he would go into coaching because he never wanted another kid to be told that you need to quit. And I'm telling you tonight that you never want to quit this business, because what you've got your hands on is going to change your life as long as you never quit. And when you walk out of here tonight, you're playing the biggest game of your life, and you don't let this pass by. You're on the ground floor. You haven't seen anything yet that's going to happen with this company. I love every one of you. I appreciate what you're doing. God bless you, and thank you very much.